Welcome to The Dish. I'm Pam Weiss from the Nebraska Humane Society. Today we're talking about an event that is near and dear to the hearts of everybody at the Nebraska Humane Society. It's called Dining with Dogs. It's actually a fundraiser, but it's also just plain fun. Here to talk a little bit more about it is the Friends Forever Guild chairman of the event, Mandy Chaplin, and you are co-chairing the event, correct?
Yep, I'm co-chairing the event with Sarah Olson.
And when is the event?
The event is April 27th from 6 to 9 p.m.
It's kind of cool this year because we're in kind of a really cool space, right?
Oh, very cool. This year we are doing it at Baxter Subaru back on Dodge at 168th and Dodge area.
So there's a big open area when you go in, and then there's going to be a tent, and there's going to be all sorts of fun stuff. So maybe explain a little bit about what people will experience when they get there.
When they get there, the cool thing is that they get to drive through service for valet. So they'll drive to the service department, they'll valet your car for you. You'll come into Baxter Subaru's showroom there where we'll have some games, some appetizers, some fun things going on. And then we're going to take everybody out of the event into a tent to have dinner, have all of the other special things, give our honorary chair dog award away, and have some other special events going on. And then you come back inside for dessert, and not to forget that we will have the silent auction going on. So you'll bid, go eat, come back and pick up your stuff.
So you've been to the event before, obviously. What's it like to bring a bunch of dogs and have them all there? And everybody says that sounds like a recipe for disaster, which it could be, but knock on wood, it hasn't been so far.
Oh, it's the best ever. You will see big dogs, little dogs, such sweet dogs. It's always fun. They have usually some appetizers for the dogs before the event, and then they bring treats to the tables, and then there's usually treats afterwards for the dogs. But you would think that it would be it's just organized chaos. Yes, you would think. There are some excitable dogs, like excitable people, but everybody gets along and has a great time and raises money for the Nebraska Humane Society.
So a couple things. People need to bring their dogs on leash, obviously. That would be a key thing. There were some folks last year, or 2 years ago actually, that had little dogs, and they actually were carrying them, but you're going to want a leash in case you need to use a valet barker.
Oh, yes. The wonderful thing is during the event you can raise a paddle and there's a valet barker that will come out and take your pet to relieve themselves, and they'll bring them right back to you.
So what if my dog is a little worried, or maybe is like, I'm not so sure he's going to do so great? Is that something where there's enough room that people can kind of get away? Talk a little bit about the space.
Yep, usually we have the tables set up that where there's just a little bit more space. We usually take a 10-top table and sit just 8 people at it instead because of the dog and leave them some space. Believe it or not, my big dog likes to go underneath the table, so there's plenty of room for that. And everybody's just happy and gets along.
You don't have to bring a dog to this.
You do not have to bring a dog to this.
But if you want to, it's a great time to do it, right?
It is very fun to bring your dog to an event.
So now I would think that it's probably a little easier to, and I usually work it, so I never actually bring my dog to the event, I will tell you that. But I think that it'd probably be good to have like a couple come with the dog so that you get a little handoff time.
Yes, well, I usually work the event as well, but I do get to sit down a little bit during that. But my husband we usually bring, we do have 2 dogs, but we choose to bring one, not to overwhelm ourselves, and he takes care of the dog, and then I pass off with him a little bit here and there to help him out as well.
We don't do dinner for the dogs.
No dinner for the dogs. There's just some pup-tizers is kind of what we call them, and a little dessert for them at the end.
I think that the reason why, so folks know, is because obviously if you change up a dog's food, you may have a disaster on your hands in terms of gastro problems. So instead of feeding the dogs dinner, the dogs come and do appetizers and then hang out while the humans get to enjoy their dinner.
That is correct.
So during the program, we are going to have a couple of special things. We've got a pretty special dog that we're honoring. I don't know that we're naming him, but I know that we've got the hero dog.
Oh, the hero dog. So inspirational. It'll be very exciting. I think it will be very moving for everybody who gets to hear his story.
And then we've got some other things that we do too to try to let people know why we're raising money. So programmatically, we'll show off some dogs that have had some surgeries or different stories that we've had, some fun stories about dogs being transported to NHS. So while people are eating dinner, they get the chance to see what we do.
Yes, they get to hear the wonderful stories of, everything that Nebraska Humane Society touches. Being on Friends Forever, you would think, you learn. I am constantly learning how much what Nebraska Humane Society does for the community. So much to spread joy, love, everything.
Animals that will be there will generally be on the floor, although I think that usually the guys are on the floor underneath the table as we're eating dinner. And so it gives people a chance to kind of focus on dinner and gives them a chance to focus on some of the programmatic stuff too. And then we do a little begging at the table, but it's us begging for, a little bit of funding. However, talk a little bit about, there's patron and then there's also regular tickets, right?
There is patron tickets and there are regular tickets. Patron gets you a few drink tickets. You get to come a little bit earlier to the event to preview the silent auction items, and that they've paid extra and supported the Humane Society, and so we want to treat them well.
And then it's dinner, and then it's back in to pick up your silent auction items. Dessert.
There will be dessert, yes. Inside, dessert will be, yes.
Inside the I want to say Baxter Arena, and it's not. It's the Baxter Showroom.
Yeah, Baxter Showroom.
And we're so excited because this is a brand new showroom. So it's going to be a really big, open, cool, new space for people to check out. The tent is there as well. But I think that this is really a nice thing, and Baxter's done a wonderful job of allowing us to use
so generous. Very generous.
Yeah. So let's see. It is April 27th.
April 27th.
6 to 9. Baxter's Subaru. Information is on our website at nehumanesociety.org, and I think that there's a big slider, and you've got that, there's a big slider at the top of the website that has information about dining with dogs, and you click right to it, and you can find out all the information about ticket buying, what you need to do, what you should dress, and dress will be fun. It's an event, but you don't have to go to the nines,
Very casual, jeans, casual, very easy. Keep it simple.
You're going to have your dog, so you don't want to necessarily be wearing a formal or a tuxedo with your dog. Although, if you want to do that, hey, whatever. I've seen some dogs actually dress up for the event as well.
There has been dogs dressed up. Very cute. Some people bring their dogs in little motorized cars to drop them off at the door. It is just, everyone loves their pet.
So, Dining with Dogs, which is a great event. You get to bring your dog to dinner. April 27th at Baxter Subaru, put on by Friends Forever, our fabulous guild. Thank you so much for doing that, for arranging the silent auction and everything that's going to happen. It's going to be a really good time.
Yes. Thank you. It's going to be fabulous. Looking forward to it.
All right. Details on our website at nehumanesociety.org. Mandy, thank you so much for joining us today. And when we come back, we'll have some tips on what to make Dining with Dogs, how to make it more successful for you.
I love to run, but I can't walk a straight line. It's because of my brain. It's been damaged. My previous owner left me unconscious. I still don't know what I did to make her so angry that night. Amazing people found me and gently nursed me back to health. They gave me my second chance. I once overheard a child ask if I'd walk straight again when I got to heaven. Maybe, but right now, I'm enjoying my little piece of heaven on earth.
I couldn't remember what it meant to fetch, or to shake, or even to run. All I could do was lie down, held captive by my own matted fur, neglected, broken. Incredible people removed the filth and repaired my crippled body. They helped me look and feel and trust like a dog again. I remember someone whispering, "We'll make it better." And after years of abuse, love did just that.
When we take our dogs to an event like the Dining with Dogs, it's wonderful for them to go. It's a great experience. It's a great social experience. It's lovely for us to have our dogs with us. But we need to think about a few things good manners wise. If you have a dog that doesn't like other dogs and can be very aggressive, this is not a situation for them. If you have a dog that's terrified, this is not a good situation for them. They won't have any fun, and we want them to have as much fun as the people do. We need to remember, obviously, they have to be on leash and on a 4 or 6 foot nylon or leather leash. No retractable ones, none of those flexi ones. Those can get, if they get too far away from you, and they can get hurt. People can get hurt. When you move around an event like this, make sure that your dog is close to you. It's a crowd. We also need to remember that the dogs are going to see things at a different angle than we do. We can go and look between people's heads. You know, a dog like Snow here is going to be looking at everything from our knee height. That can be very intimidating for a dog. Very intimidating. If you've got little tiny dogs, you know, if you're walking through a big crowd of people, you may want to pick them up because they're at ankle height and they're just pretty sure they're going to get stepped on, and they're probably right. You know, always giving your dog a wider berth so that they don't have to, you know, walk through a mass of people or animals. Not letting your dog run up on another dog to go, even if it's just to go say hi. Maybe your dog likes to do that and likes it when other dogs run up and say hello to them and jump in their face, but a lot of dogs don't. It's not the most polite thing to do. Ask the person that you're coming up to meet, is it okay for our dogs to say hello? That might be the best way to try that. Just so you're sure that everything works well and we're setting everybody up for success. That's not yours yet. But we have to think about those things. We will have people there who are valet barkers that will help take your dogs out to relieve themselves, so you don't have to do that. If your dog is a little shy with people, you may want to ask that person to stay there with you, have some special treats that maybe that person can give them, so they get used to it. These are all people who will be dog people. They know what they're doing, but that can be a good thing for them. At mealtime, when everybody sits down to eat, what are you going to do with your dog? Dogs can't be up at the table, even the little guys. Big dogs can't be putting their heads at the table. They need to come and either sit next to you, or they can lie down under the table if you want them to. Maybe you bring a little blanket or towel from home. Now, Snow, being a shelter dog, is not real sure about what to do with any of this, but it smells like home. It's a blanket or a towel that smells familiar, so they're going to be more comfortable hanging out in that spot as opposed to just on a floor that's not so much familiar. Keeping them close. Don't just set the leash on the floor. You know, that's a time where I would maybe make sure they have room to lie down, wrap that leash around your leg so that way you still have your hands to eat, but your dog can't go anywhere. Other people will be doing the same thing, so make sure that the dogs can't have a party under the table or get after each other under the table. It will make a big difference. You know, every now and then be sure you reach down, check in with them so they know you're still there. Don't let them think they've been abandoned. Even though they can see you, it's kind of nice for them to have some of that physical contact as well. You can bring little treats from yourselves too. We'll have things available too, but especially if you have a dog with some allergies or a sensitive stomach, bring something you know they're okay with. You don't want them feeling icky and getting sick and those kinds of things. You know, they're doing what you want. Reach down and reward them. Give them a little treat. Tell them they're wonderful. You know, young puppies may have a hard time with this too. Really young puppies, they need to be sure that they're fully immunized because their little immune systems are not developed enough. So we need to think about the big picture. As much fun as it could be to take a tiny puppy, is it going to be the best for their overall well-being and health? There's always next year, or 2 years from now, and that's a great thing too. But you want your dog to also have good manners. Be polite with people, not be jumping on people when they greet them. You know, work with your dog now that they need to either sit or stand with 4 paws on the floor while someone pets them. They don't need to be jumping that because there's going to be too many things going on. People don't like to be jumped on. And it's not a good way for your dog to greet. Even if you like it, it's okay. Put it on a cue. So that way your dog knows they can jump on you and there's a definite time to do that. But when they greet everybody else, not such a good thing. It's a great fun time. There'll be lots of places for your dog to be able to relieve themselves and, you know, do some meet and greets and meet lots of different people, get some great treats, little dessert, little appetizer, and have a fun experience. They're going to go home tired, which is a great thing. So make sure that you have a great leash with your dog, and a collar or harness that your dog can't back out of or slip out of. You don't want them just running amok, and they're going to be excited or nervous or whatever, and they're not necessarily going to come back to you, even if they have a good recall other places.
I love to run, but I can't walk a straight line. It's because of my brain. It's been damaged. My previous owner left me unconscious. I still don't know what I did to make her so angry that night. Amazing people found me and gently nursed me back to health. They gave me my second chance. I once overheard a child ask if I'd walk straight again when I got to heaven. Maybe. But right now, I'm enjoying my little piece of heaven on earth.
I couldn't remember what it meant to fetch, or to shake, or even to run. All I could do was lie down, held captive by my own matted fur, neglected, broken. Incredible people removed the filth and repaired my crippled body. They helped me look and feel and trust like a dog again. I remember someone whispering, "We'll make it better." And after years of abuse, love did just that.
So you're bringing your dog to dinner. Sounds like a blast, and it can be. But there are some tips for both you and your pet to make sure you make the night both successful and fun. First of all, attire. Nice casual is the attire. So what does that mean? Well, your best jeans or washable clothing. Remember, you're bringing your dog, so there will be dogs and dog hair and dog slobber. And inevitably, someone's going to get wrapped up in a leash and spill something. So again, nice casual is the attire. And wear comfortable shoes. You're basically going to be hanging out with your dog for 3 hours. If your dog is a puller, you're going to want some type of traction and easeability in walking. Dog styles. What type of dog should come? Well, dogs that have some manners, who are comfortable around new people, strange dogs, and new environments. If you have a smaller dog who's bashful, carrying him is an option, but still bring his leash so that when he needs to go outside, he can. Speaking of leashes, all dogs are on leash for the evening the entire time. That's a must. So leashes need to be 6 feet or shorter. If you've got a flexi, it needs to be docked. And the reason why is you want that control around new people and strange dogs. Your dog needs to be by your side, and you want to know how he's handling the evening. One idea for a little respite is to bring a friend so they can hold Fido while you play the collar toss or bid on silent auction items or socialize. The dogs will be under the tables at dinner. So again, if your dog is a big beggar, goes crazy around food, he might not be very controllable here, and you might want to rethink bringing him. We will supply valet barkers. These are folks who are available at the party to potty your dog, give him a break from the action, and to help you when you need an extra hand. Still, being prepared is the way to go. That way, you'll know that your dog is safe, that you're comfortable, and that everybody will have a great time the night of dining with dogs.
I love to run, but I can't walk a straight line. It's because of my brain. It's been damaged. My previous owner left me unconscious. I still don't know what I did to make her so angry that night. Amazing people found me and gently nursed me back to health. They gave me my second chance. I once overheard a child ask if I'd walk straight again when I got to heaven. Maybe. But right now, I'm enjoying my little piece of heaven on earth.
I couldn't remember what it meant to fetch, or to shake, or even to run. All I could do was lie down, held captive by my own matted fur, neglected, broken. Incredible people removed the filth and repaired my crippled body. They helped me look and feel and trust like a dog again. I remember someone whispering, "We'll make it better." And after years of abuse, love did just that.
So we're starting off our Pets of the Week or Pets of the Month with Molly May. She is a 5.5-year-old Staffordshire Terrier and Bull Terrier mix, and she is intent. She loves treats, and she will watch you and train with you all day long for a treat. Is this what you're looking for? There you go. Good job. Can I get a high five? High five. And the other one. Nice. Very good. And I'm going to get her to go all the way down when you go down and sit. All the way down. Nope. Down, 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 down. Good. And she'll commando right across. So Molly came to us from a situation where there were several dogs in the home and she wasn't getting along with all of them. So she probably needs to be an only dog. If there are other dogs eating, she will not in any way go over to the food bowl. So that's a problem for her. Molly, here you go. She possibly could get along with a calmer, older male, but we would really like to place her, if we can, in a home where there are no other dogs and no cats. She has a tendency to chase. She is a really nice dog. There isn't a lot of aggression, but she's got a lot of torque, so she can hit a little kid going 90 miles an hour and knock him down. So for that reason, we have her as no kids under 12 or kids close to the age of 12, if we can. She's super nice, though. She's very trainable. She loves, loves, loves to please you. Come back up. But she can be a bit dog reactive, so we'd like her to go to a home where she is queen of the castle, right? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. She's a little tank and we love her dearly, but that's 5-year-old Molly May. So our second dog is Crystal. She is a 9-year-old Siberian Husky. She's very sensitive and she's a little worried when she first meets men, large, loud people, and new people. So we work with her to go slowly upon meeting, and she is absolutely lovely once you meet her. Hi, baby girl, how are you? Yes, she's gentle and sweet. She probably needs to go to a home where there aren't little children. She doesn't like a lot of rough petting. She doesn't like it when you go over her head, so we go down here and do some petting down here. She's not a fan of having a collar put on her roughly and a leash, so we work really carefully to be quiet and careful when we leash her up. Hence, little children coming up and grabbing her and bum rushing her probably would make her very uncomfortable. So she lived with older children in her other home, would probably be more comfortable with kids over 12 than kids under 6 years of age. So Crystal, good girl, hi. She's got a little bit of stranger danger. She's a little flinchy, as you can see, but she's very, very sweet. She's a nice girl. She'd probably love a quieter home with a big fenced backyard that she can run around and play in, and not a lot of visitors and chaos, just because that can create some stranger danger for her. But that is 9-year-old Crystal, the Siberian Husky. Come here, baby. Come here, pumpkin. Good job. Oh, I know, that's scary, isn't it? Good job. Good job.
I love to run, but I can't walk a straight line. It's because of my brain. It's been damaged. My previous owner left me unconscious. I still don't know what I did to make her so angry that night. Amazing people found me and gently nursed me back to health. They gave me my second chance. I once overheard a child ask if I'd walk straight again when I got to heaven. Maybe, but right now, I'm enjoying my little piece of heaven on earth.
I couldn't remember what it meant to fetch, or to shake, or even to run. All I could do was lie down, held captive by my own matted fur, neglected, broken. Incredible people removed the filth and repaired my crippled body. They helped me look and feel and trust like a dog again. I remember someone whispering, "We'll make it better." And after years of abuse, love did just that.
Thanks for joining us for The Dish. We'll have a new show once every 2 weeks that'll bring you more training tips and pet health tips, information about events that are going on at the shelter, and things that you as a pet owner can use. So for now, goodbye. But thanks for joining us and have a great week.